Hey there, my friend, and welcome to Lady of the Unknown Oracle. My name is Sophie. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here with us. If you are returning, thank you so much for your love and support. I love you to the moon and back. You make what I do possible, so thank you so much for being here. Guys, this is going to be a collective general message, okay? So this is not specific to any particular sign, though I will call out sign specific energies where I see them. And it is general, so my intention with this reading is to give you the clarity and guidance in whatever situation is really in your heart and on your mind. So if that's love, career, finance, whatever the situation is, I'm hoping to be able to provide some level of clarity for you moving forward. This message may or may not resonate, so if it doesn't, don't make it fit. It's not your message. If it does though, okay, then please take from it whatever is useful. If you find that this is really hitting home and you'd like some more clarity, you can absolutely reach out to me for a personal reading. I'll include the information to my booking system in the description box down below, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section down below as well. Okay, I'm going to use a combination of oracle cards and tarot cards to clarify the situation. I've already gone ahead and pulled oracle cards just to get an idea of what the context is that we are dealing with, right? I used 3 different decks, so that could have been a little bit time consuming. So just to get the message out there, I went ahead and pulled the context. All right, so from the looks of it, my friend, it looks like you have really been in the thick of things, okay? For some of you, you're having dreams about a particular choice that has to be made. All right, dream talk with choices. This is about either having a big decision between 2 things or having a decision to make between multiple different avenues, multiple options. Okay, you've been it's been so ingrained in your subconscious what it is you desire. Okay, for some of you, this is a matter of, do you pursue your dream or do you pursue what's kind of like the lower hanging fruit here, right? Do you go for the thing that's easier to achieve, or do you go after the thing that might be a little bit make you a little bit of a lone wolf to do so, but once you get to the finish line, you'll be happy that you made this decision. So it's really been in your heart, whatever this is. For some of you, okay, this is about money. Okay, this is about self-employment. This is about abundance. For those of you where this is talking about self-employment, beware that you have a lot of prosperity coming towards you, okay? Because so this could be a matter of what job do you take, right? What career path do you pursue? Do you pursue the one that requires a bit more time, or do you go ahead and pursue the opportunities that are knocking on your door right this second? Now, in the recent past, okay, it looks to me like you've taken a lot of time to consider what these options mean and what it is you want. You've been really weighing out the pros and cons, okay? You've been taking a moment to think. You've been taking a moment to see what resonates most with you, trying to listen to your intuition. Again, the dream, okay, it's like you're trying to live a life that is more in alignment with the dream that you've always had. This sounds like something that you have wanted for quite a long time, because we've also got divine magic here in your past. Okay, so divine magic with take a moment. All right, I feel like you've been praying more. You've been trying to follow the synchronicities, right? You've been trying to listen to yourself. You've been trying to listen to all the right stuff. It's like the difference between wanting to do something with all of your heart versus wanting to do something because it's easier, and you're trying to convince yourself to take the longer route because you know that is more satisfying in the long term. But there's something here, some type of restriction or a self-doubt that you could even finish this or even achieve this, that you're selling yourself short. You're saying, maybe I can't achieve that thing, or maybe I'll never end up in that position, or I'll never end up with that person, so why wait and risk the failure of never achieving it when I can at least be partially satisfied and convince myself that it's better to just settle for what is already here? It's kind of like that pro and cons where and you're almost just like you're trying to convince yourself that it's better to settle for what you have versus fighting for what you can have, because in some ways it feels so far out of reach that you're almost not sure that you have the power to achieve it. Okay, in the recent past as well, you had despair. So again, for some of you, this is about having lost your job. This is about getting let go. This is about feeling abandoned. Okay, everything that you invested in now left you, or you left it because there were some other extenuating circumstances that forced your hand. So this feels like you kind of encountered an energy here where you've lost control, or at least you think you have, when in reality the control was never yours, and the reason everything is happening is to put you in alignment with that which is yours, which is 10 times better than what you've lost. Okay, but maybe you're having a hard time realizing it. All right, currently there's a huge reminder here that you are not alone. Okay, as well as time to move on. All right, so a lot of you right now are in the energy of moving forward, moving out of the situation. Okay, there's a lot of, there is, for some of you, this is about having left a job or being let go of a job or a career path, leaving it behind, even though you put so much time into it, because you are anticipating doing something a little bit more independent. You want more autonomy. You want to build something from the ground up on your own. And right now you're hitting a rough patch where you have no money. You have no money. You have no investors. You have nothing. It looks like you have nothing going for you, when in reality, you have to do a lot of the legwork right now. Okay, this is not going to come easy to you like perhaps some of the other opportunities have. But the reason the other opportunities did not fulfill you, or the reason that they you felt kind of dissatisfied or unfulfilled by those other things, is because they were so easy to achieve. You now have something better in mind, better for you, right? Something that feels more in tune with your heart space. You have something here that you actually have passion for, something that drives you, something that makes you feel whole, and that requires legwork. That requires you making sacrifices. Not the kind of sacrifices that this other person or this other situation was demanding of you, that made you sacrifice your dignity, right? Made you sacrifice how you self-identify. Not like that. Not the kind of stuff that rocks you to your core, that essentially says, you're not good enough for me. You're not good enough for the situation. I need you to change if you want to be here. That's not the kind of sacrifice we're talking about. We're talking about time, energy, and resource, where you can remain who you are, do what you've always done, be who you are. Okay, but the kind of investment you're putting in is the investment of how you spend yourself, how you spend your time. Okay, how much time are you willing to exert this amount of effort? That kind of sacrifice. Yeah, you might lose some sleep, but the results will pay themselves off and will pay back to who you are and what you enjoy and what makes you happy and what makes you laugh. Okay, what makes you cry less. For some of you, this is about waking up in the middle of the night, just losing sleep, feeling so anxious, feeling so, where am I? What am I doing? Am I doing the right thing? You are doing the right thing, because what you left behind was not suitable. It was not worthy of who you are. And that's not to say that the past was a bad thing, but it had to position you. This loss positioned you to receive, positioned you to recognize your self-worth. Okay, so you are not alone, and this is time to move on as your current energy. All right, this is a transition period for you, but in terms of spirit, your spirit guides, for some of you, this is literally, a group of friends, and I'll show you why. Because coming into the present, you do have friendship. Okay, coming into the present, you do have friendship with soul power. So for some of you, if you are very spiritually inclined, this is about you really bridging a gap, okay, between yourself and your spirit guides. If you feel like you've lost touch with your spirituality because of this past person or this past situation, right? Your ego really ran amok and disconnected you in all of the ways that used to ground you. You're reconnecting now with your friends, right? You're either the people, right? Either the people physically here who you lost touch with because you were with, a partner that was over controlling, or in a job surrounded by coworkers that you really didn't enjoy. Now you're kind of reconnecting with people who maybe you knew from your last job, or you knew in school, or whatever this is. Familiar faces that make you feel good. Okay, that's what this is. Familiar faces, familiar energies that make you feel good, make you feel whole, it reminds you of how powerful you really are, because they were with you at a time where you were happiest. This could be reconnecting with old friends from the past, okay? But it really harkens back to these feelings of self-empowerment and knowing what you stand for and knowing what your vision is, okay? So that is quite beautiful. Let me see. Now, here's where, for those of you who are in a romantic situation, okay, when it comes to money, when it comes to your spirituality or getting reconnected, for those of you who are in a financial career situation, all right, you're starting to make that transition back into something more stable. Now, here's the thing, where it comes to love and friendship, things may get a little bit more complicated, because I'm seeing you go from a place of despair, okay, a place that made you feel kind of abandoned, feeling alone, feeling taken advantage of. You know, there was something here that you wanted that didn't pan out the way you thought, whether that was as a result of manipulation or otherwise. You know, whatever resonates for you, that's essentially what's happened here. Coming into the current moment, we've got house. So for some of you, you're selling your home. For others of you, this has to do with a broken home, okay? Not having enough money to afford your mortgage, right? This is about, you know, losing that support in some sense, all right? Losing either the emotional support from your partner, or, you know, losing the financial support from your partner. A house is something that has been built with a strong foundation from the ground up. It took a long time to build a house, right? It takes 2 seconds to demolish it, but it takes, you know, a much longer amount of time to build it. So a house is a structure that takes a long time to build. It was supposed to be secure for you. All right, so right now there is something involving a home, involving a house, monetary or otherwise, is affecting the environment there. Now, coming into the future, we've got Thief with marriage. And listen, these cards just popped out. Okay, like I was shuffling and these two came together. I only intended on pulling one card and these two came practically stuck together. Okay, so there is somebody here in either a marriage type, it's a partnership, okay? Whether the marriage is legal or otherwise, this is a very, it's a partnership whose intention is to last a long time. Someone who is really attached to your hip, somebody who is intending to share many experiences moving forward with you, okay? This Thief collective, you know, my friend, I'm not sure, you know, I'm not sure what to make of this energy. There is somebody here, because I went ahead and clarified the combination of these cards, okay, which to me, it came out as pathway, which some of you in a moment of desperation might be tempted to get married to somebody or attach yourself to somebody to take their money, okay? Because pathway, I went ahead and clarified pathway and got sudden wealth, okay? So for some of you, this is about attaching yourself to somebody with the intention of having money. Okay, now collective, understand that if this is not for you, then this could be the person that you're connecting with. If there is somebody who, in all of your recovery, because I honestly, to me, this feels like a different energy altogether. To me, this feels like you are trying to come into a place of stability. Okay, and they're right now, though, you are kind of, you're coming out of a moment of desperation. You're coming out of a moment of, you know, why me? When will this situation improve? If you don't adequately spend that time that you need to reconnect with your roots and ground yourself again and really ask yourself, what do you see moving into the future, and get your vision crystal clear, okay? If you don't do that, there is somebody who is looking to take advantage. Okay, this could be a friend, okay, because we do have friendship here. So this could absolutely be a friend who has been watching. They've been seeing how you've been doing, your progress, your heartbreak, getting over it. This could be a very trusted individual, and that's what's scary about this. So please, please, if there's somebody in your environment, okay, who has been unusually nice all the time, okay, and I'm not saying that this person's going to be easy to pick out. There could be somebody, and I feel like because you are getting back in tune with your intuition, your gut feeling, right? A voice in the back of your head that you've always denied. This is somebody, okay? This is somebody who you might have a feeling about, doesn't have the best of intentions, who could try to seduce you, romance you, tell you that everything is going to be okay in the home. This could be somebody who you're already partnered with, and this is the person you're having the fallout with. If there's any kind of reconciliation on the table, this person might be emotionally detached, but intellectually, right? They've already decided that the reason they're going to stay in a situation or stay in the partnership with you is because they want what they're getting out of it by being with you. That they're not planning on investing their emotion. They're not planning on investing love and commitment to you in any particular way that you desire. It still will be a very unfulfilling situation. They just want the material gain. Okay? And again, if that is not your message, then it's not your message. Do not force yourself. Okay? But for those of you that are connected in a very significant way to a partner, okay, that things have recently fallen apart in a significant way and reconciliation is possible, okay, their intentions are still not good. And if this is not somebody that you're partnered with per se, but somebody who has been a friend, been around, seen you go through it, they might, if you are not careful, they might take advantage during your vulnerability right now and try to steer you away from being whole on your own. And they're going to try to attach themselves to you in a situation, like someone's intentions here is to leave you without something. Leave you without emotional fulfillment. Leave you without money. Okay? Somebody here is emotionally indifferent, okay? Emotionally indifferent. They're not paying any mind here. Okay, there's emotional absence in this situation. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what's going on with collective. All right, past, present, coming into the near future, external circumstances, potential outcome. Okay, what's going on, please, for collective? Okay, so collective, so listen, my friend, you have been doing an excellent job of rebuilding yourself and getting over this situation. Yes, but there is absolutely a lot of doubt that you can actually overcome what has happened. There's a lot of insecurity around whether you think you can actually overcome the situation. For some of you, yes. Okay, I feel like I'm connecting with a very masculine energy. Okay, I feel like I am connecting with a very masculine energy. Now let's see here. Overarching energy, okay, is the Three of Swords. So for some of you, this is a three-party situation. Okay, for some of you, there is a three-party situation. I am seeing the Empress, okay, with the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be talking about somebody who is already committed. Committed people who are already committed, in fact. I mean, committed people who are getting involved with other committed people. All right, underneath that is the Page of Swords. So for some of you, oh, and under that is the Lover. So you could be connecting with a Gemini. But there's a lot of, you know, either secrets is what I'm hearing. Secrets going on in the background. You're trying to gather information, or maybe you've already come into contact with information that has really, really broken your heart. But see, this feels, and underneath that is the Nine of Pentacles. So, you know, this could absolutely be about financial gain. This is about a very significant decision, though, about a situation that has been difficult. Very difficult, very, very, very difficult situation here. All right, where you've come into some information, but just because you have the information there doesn't make this any easier, right? Nothing is changing right now. I think, again, you know, there's this insecurity, my friend. There's this insecurity that you have about whether this situation can pull through. I think you're afraid of being lied to again. Okay, you're still attached to the past here. You could have children with this particular person if this pertains to you as a mother or a father. Okay, this person, you know, you have children with this person, and so it's like, while you don't want to subject yourself, yeah, for some of you, oh, excuse me, give me 1 second. Dropped a card. For some of you, okay, with the Fool, some of you just had a baby. Okay, for some of you just had a baby, or you're pregnant, okay? And it's like you guys are literally in the middle of building something. If it's not romantic, you know, this is a partnership that has really held a lot of weight in your life. And it's like, to leave right now just feels, it doesn't feel right. Because, like, you know that this situation is not serving you, but you wish the timing was better. Right? You wish the timing was better. And because of that, on some level, you're almost putting the blame on yourself. Like, as if, like, you didn't have enough strength to pretend that this was good, right? Like, if only you were strong enough to put on a front just for a little bit longer, then you might be able to give the dependence here, is what it feels like. These dependents, whatever these you know, these elements are that are here that really needs nurturing, that won't necessarily grow on their own, they need nurturing. You would give them a fighting chance, is what I'm hearing. You would give them a fighting chance if only you could be stronger for them. But that's not the case, and the King of Pentacles is coming out, okay, along with the Queen of Pentacles, which is here. So I'm going to go ahead. We're getting a lot of matches. So for a lot of you, this is a partner of some kind, romantic or otherwise, okay? This is someone who you built something with. Absolutely. Overarching energy here is the Knight of Swords. So this is about swift communication. The knights are ready for battle. Okay, they wear armor. They are moving forward in a way where they are anticipating the worst case scenario. For some of you, you are connecting with an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This is somebody who could be coming to you with a very important message. Okay, so this could be a friend. For some of you, this is about a friend that just doesn't really know how to keep their mouth shut. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But they can be real harsh. They can be really, really harsh, and they can come at you with the truth in a way that it's like they should have a little bit more tact, but don't necessarily. And we do have the Page of Swords here. So again, this person may have come into truth. This person could have realized something about the situation before you did. Maybe they're kind of sharing the same wavelength as you, right? If you're an air sign as well, you guys could have that kind of friendship that's borderline telepathic, and they just know They just know that there's something here that's not right, and they are your voice. Like, you are trying, your ego, your fear, whatever it is inside, your insecurity is trying to tell you, like, no, well, maybe you can hold out for a little bit longer, and your friend is with you, but they're thinking the same thing you're thinking, but minus the emotional attachment that you have to the situation. And they're trying to kind of pull you out of it and say, listen, this person is not good for you. Like, you are strong enough to handle the ending of this. We can make this work. We can make the ending work. Everyone here will be fine. But like, you need to salvage yourself. Like, if you don't commit yourself to being whole, then whether you stay in this situation, then if you do stay in this situation, you know, those that you care so much about are going to watch you deteriorate over time, and that's going to be even more heartbreaking than if you were to just pull out now and give 100% renewed strength to making sure that a new beginning is brought to fruition with everyone's best interest in mind, and not just the other person who's been subjecting you to this kind of despair and isolation. You get what I'm saying? So currently you have the Four of Pentacles being clarified by the Moon, so you're holding on to an uncertain situation. You could be holding on to anxiety and confusion, okay? Anxiety and confusion here. Someone, again, you know, this could be your energy. This could be your energy, collective. Maybe not. Okay, this could be the person that you're you know, coming out of the situation with. But this does feel like somebody who has kind of like selfish energy. Okay, unknowingly so, though. Unknowingly so. It's like a dependence here. It's a dependence on the monetary. It's a dependence on what you have left in the situation. I'm getting a visual here of like a wife who says, I'm not going to abandon this 15-20 year marriage and give all of this up to, you know, whoever replaces me, you know, because that's maybe how you would feel, right? Although no one could ever replace you, you know, that's impossible. They can't. You know, but I'm not going to leave the situation and allow someone else to replace me. It's almost like you're holding on to a crumbled mess, right? Like, you know, the situation no longer deserves your presence, right? The situation no longer deserves your presence. And this doesn't have to necessarily be a wife. This could be a husband. This could be a partner, right? Not gender specific at all, whatever resonates. But, you know, it's almost like you don't want to leave a situation behind, even though you know that it's not worthy of you anymore, because what is there, you worked really hard for, not realizing that there's even more prosperity and abundance that awaits you if you let this go. Something that's going to make you fulfilled on top of that. Okay, so there's this energy here of stagnance and being fearful of what is to come if you let go. Okay. Yep, and what's challenging you is the Eight of Swords with the Six of Swords, coming out of insecurity, coming out of feeling trapped. That feeling of leaving things behind, that right now. Oh, beep, beep, beep. And my dog is barking. Okay, so what's challenging you is leaving this situation behind. For some of you, this could be about somebody who is near and dear to you. I'm getting jail, okay? I'm getting jail for some of you. Okay, I'm getting jail. There's somebody, like, you've moved on from somebody who has been recently incarcerated, okay? Or you're trying to, because you're realizing now that there is something that lies ahead that's a bit more conducive to the dreams that you have. You love this person very much. That's not even in question. You definitely feel like you guys have built something together, okay? You feel like you've built something together. But this person may have been, you know, kind of plucked out of the picture, you know, possibly for theft, okay? There could be, you know, there's definitely evidence here of stealing. All right, for some of you that is the case. For others of you, though, this is just, you know, the challenge here of getting yourself out of this mental prison, getting to a better place. Like, you know where you should be, and yet you're afraid to take those strides. Now let me go ahead and just really quickly, yes, yeah. So for a lot of you, this is about coming out of a marriage. This is about coming out of a commitment. Oh, and recognizing, yes, and coming back into alignment. With your power. Okay. Oh, this is great. This is so good. I'm so glad for you. Okay, good. So overarching energy. All right. So you know, kind of like, you know, the energy that you're working with here, okay, is the Seven of Swords with the Queen of Wands. So this is about, you're kind of done, okay? If you're a fire sign in particular, Leo, Aries, Sag, you are done. This could also be you connecting with a feminine Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, okay? But overall, there's this feeling of deception here that you are eager to just kind of kick to the curb. You're done with it, right? And the thing is, what's so great about fire energy is it's passionate, it gets the job done, and there's very little time to dilly-dally. Like you're just, I don't feel like dealing with this anymore, therefore I will not deal with it anymore. Okay, now this is the potential energy that you have here. But if you don't come out of this feeling of letting go of the physical, then you won't be able to see this passion come to fruition. So what you really should do, okay, and we'll pull guidance after this reading, but what you really should pay attention to, all right, my friend, is ask yourself what friendships you have, okay? For some of you, it's this air sign. Really connect with your support system and realize, okay, that if this is the person that you're connecting with, their intentions still are not good. Their intentions here are still not good. They are banking on the fact that you're not sure and the fact that you have internalized this sense of insecurity and not being enough. They're expecting this to be enough for you to get back in the cycle. Okay? This feels like it's been ongoing for a very long time. They're expecting you to not see this process to the end, even though you're right there. Okay? And again, yeah, they're using the kids as a tactic. If this involves children, okay, any kind of dependence, okay, these are dependents, these are things that require nurturing that on their own may not be able to thrive without assistance. That could be a project, okay, it could be a business, it could be whatever it is. It's something that began in the past, something that still attaches you to the present, and they are using that as a tactic to keep you attached. Okay, in the recent past with the Empress and the Seven of Cups, you know, there's this, again, for some of you where this is romance, right? This is about having multiple options. This person that you're connected with could be a Taurus or a Libra. This person is already connected and they have multiple options. Okay, it could also be that this person who is connected, you know, who is already connected to another partnership or another commitment of some kind, they kind of had a smoke screen around them where they convinced you that they weren't the Empress. They convinced you that they weren't connected, or they didn't have the resources, that they didn't have the money. They painted a picture here like they didn't know how to do a particular skill, or they didn't know, like they were that person. They're the Empress in the flesh, and they tried to convince you that they were not. It doesn't have to be a woman. It could be just a feminine energy overall, okay? But it's definitely this like very elusive, smoky, you know, illusory energy where this person in the recent past painted a picture like this could even be potential, where this Empress doesn't embody an individual to you. This is about the potential of being the Empress. This is about abundance. This is about resourcefulness, fertility. This is about having, you know, an opportunity that has, you know, you can plant an opportunity, seize an opportunity, and it becomes everything that you've ever wanted. It's not a dead end, whatever this is. Okay, but it's about having this feeling around it like it's unachievable, or like, you know, or maybe it is achievable, but not in the way that you anticipated, right? There's something here that was not true, something here that was not quite played out like you thought. That's why you're feeling confused. That's why you're feeling like, I can't really leave this alone now. You know, I just want to hold on to it. I don't want to throw away what we have, because a part of you still feels, a part of you is still under that illusion that there's more to this than what has played out. But there is not. There's not more to this. What you have seen over and over again is all you're going to get. Okay, that's all you're going to get. Okay, because coming in, we've got the Queen of Pentacles with the World, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Swords. So for some of you, this is the ending of a marriage. This is the ending of a family unit. Okay, in terms of contracts, okay, no one's going anywhere. But in terms of, you know, the dissolution of a marriage, okay, for some of you, you know, you are the person who's been married, right? You are the wife, you are the husband, you are the Queen of Pentacles, you're the mom, you're the dad, right? You're the person here that has been put through this, okay? You've been put through this situation by this person, and you don't want to let it go because you feel like there's a lot more here. But the thing is, with the World and the Ten of Swords, whenever I see the Ten of Swords paired with any other card, this is to me the you need to let it go because it's not going to happen. This is the not going to happen card. I get that next to any card that is just so fleeting and out of reach that it's almost as if the path has been closed for me, right? So guys, you are wanting the Ten of Pentacles. You want success. You want to move forward in a new chapter with this person. With the Ten of Swords here, that is not the case. That is all up here. That's all up here, and it's not in reality something that this person also wants, whether it's again romantic or otherwise. It takes two. to make this situation happen, to manifest this situation, okay? You want it badly, but you cannot want this enough for the other person. This other person still has poor intentions about how to move forward with you, okay? So coming in, there's going to be an understanding, a certain leveling up mentally, where you're going to realize that there is essentially what you guys have reached in this partnership is the maximum you can reach, and it's not nearly enough for what you desire in your life overall. And because of that, because of the mismatch of what you want versus what's realistically possible in your current situation, I feel like you're going to arrive at a place where you are very determined to let this loose, because you see yourself here. You see yourself here as the 8 of Wands with the 4 of Wands. So again, this is where things get really, really great. So you see yourself as kind of giving this, you know, in terms of if you and this person are brand new, right, then you want to pursue this because there is something here. You've recently come out of a marriage and now you're pursuing something more permanent, something that you enjoy, that makes you feel good and stable with somebody else. You're communicating this now with your new partner, and this is you essentially moving on. For others of you, this is about communicating, right? Openly communicating or openly pursuing this level of stability that you didn't have in this situation that you're trying to let go of, or that you have successfully let go of. So for those of you who are still in the middle of a situation, you see yourself as doing what is necessary in order to build a strong foundation. And this kind of foundation, the 4 of Wands, is not a foundation of reconciliation. This is a foundation of making sure that your savings account is, you know, has what it needs, right? That you are kind of getting your living situation back on track, that the kids are okay, that everyone in your family is on the same page, your friends know what's going on. You know, if you don't have a place to stay at yet, they've kind of given you an opportunity here to stay with them and things of that nature. Like you're preparing to leave this situation and create a form of stability that will allow you to really, really enjoy the kind of life that you want, okay? It's going to be hard at first. Okay, it's going to be hard at first. I feel like it's going to be a really rocky road, but this is a lot better, right? To be in a, you know, kind of tight situation financially, but surrounded by people who you love, than to be in a situation where you're financially stable and constantly getting physically, mentally, you know, emotionally abused by the person that you're with. And I hope physically that is absolutely not the case, but in all types of abuse is not okay, period. But for some of you, that is exactly what this feels like, right? This person is really irresponsible emotionally. They don't care. They talk to you any which way. At the very least, okay, this is, you know, financially just, they use that as leverage, okay? And if they haven't, okay, just beware, because that was the future energy. Remember, with the oracle cards, that was the future energy. Someone here might use money as a way to maintain a commitment, maintain a marriage, maintain a partnership of some kind. Now, in the environment, you've got judgment with the 2 of Wands. This is a big decision, and this is essentially the decision to either close something off and begin something else. Okay, so this is a revival. This is a chance, but this is a chance at taking a new path. Okay, with the 2 of Wands, you have a decision here to make, and you know which one is the right one, right? It's a certain level of clarity that you had before, but now you're actually ready to pursue it. Now, as your fear, you have the Sun with the 7 of Wands. You're afraid you're going to defend the wrong thing. You could be connecting with a Leo, okay? You know, this Leo could be the love of your life, and this is somebody who you are connecting with now, coming out of a toxic situation with another person, with another partnership, okay? This is a new partner, this is a new friend, this is someone who you see a lot of potential with, but you're afraid that you're going to either you're going to defend the wrong thing. Like you're connected to them, but you're afraid that maybe they're the wrong choice, or maybe if you push them away because you're defending an old situation, you're afraid that you're in the wrong place and all this, that you're on the wrong side. But I'm not seeing that. I feel like there's an old situation here, a commitment, something that has really lasted quite a long time, okay? My friend, this is really for those of you who have invested heavily into a situation, all right, for quite a long time. And if not for a long time, you invested a lot in the short amount of time that you have had with this person or in this situation. All right, now your outcome is the 6 of Swords. So you're coming out of a space of feeling chaos. That was your challenge, okay? Your challenge was the 8 of Swords with the 6 of Swords, okay? Overcoming the internal, the self-sabotage, essentially. Overcoming that I can't do it mentality, All right, so your outcome is that you do come out of that I can't do it mentality, because look, the Eight of Swords also showed up once again with the Empress and the Magician. So for some of you, you know, you're connecting with a Taurus, Libra, Gemini, Virgo, Aries, okay? Or you could have that very heavily in your chart. I feel like, you know, Taurus and Libra have undergone pretty significant transformations. Virgo is going through it right now. Virgo is really going through it. So I feel like Virgos are going to experience a resurgence as well of kind of like the I can do this. Whoever told me that I couldn't, why would I believe that kind of mentality? Okay, which for my Virgos out there, happy birthday. I wish nothing but self-empowerment, love, and light for you. Okay, but for your outcome, okay, you're coming to a better headspace. You are not allowing your insecurities to get you down anymore. You've got the Empress here along with the Magician. So you not only realize that you have that your dreams are valid, okay? You not only realize that your dreams are valid, but you also realize that you have all the tools necessary to make this happen. So you have the passion, you have the imagination and the creativity, you know, you have the resources, you have the friendships, you have the intellectual strength, right? You have everything that you need in order to make all of this happen, in order to make all of your dreams come to fruition. There is nothing short, there's no shortage of anything to make this transition easier. Okay, although it is hard, there's no denying that it absolutely is hard. Look at this so we had the Four of Cups jump out at the beginning of the reading. The overarching energy for us was the Knight of Swords. Underneath that is the Four of Cups. So for some of you, if you are experiencing emotional detachment, and this is a situation with very heavy financial attachments to it, you're connecting most likely to a Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Because we've got a lot of air energy here, especially with Gemini here. If you're a mom, okay, if you're a mom or Taurus, Libra, okay, that's invested a lot of time with a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, okay, you're going to come out of a sense of feeling like the only reason you can be with this person is for the financial reasons or the children, okay? For some of you who are connecting with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, strong Taurus, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, this person might be guilting you, okay? This person may be guilting you about the kids. Now again, take it as it resonates. That's just what I'm getting here looking at the cards. However, for some of you, the roles are reversed and you are an earth sign dealing with an air sign, and that air sign is strategizing the kids to make you feel guilty about what it is you feel like you should be doing in this situation, which is essentially detaching, right? So let's see, what is your advice, please, moving forward out of this situation? What is your advice? Because you've got big endings coming in. I feel you're going to be significantly happier for it. Okay, all these endings, you're feeling happier. Okay, you're going to be feeling so much more yourself, so much more aligned. You know, finances played a huge role in this. Okay, you know, with the sun here, you guys could have just had a baby boy. You could have just had a baby boy. Okay. You could be trying, you know, you could be trying to think of how this is going to affect, you know, the baby. But the thing is, I feel like, you know, you have a strong support system around you. Okay, you have a strong support system around you. So I feel like this situation, this cycle has long since expired. It's long since expired, and there's somebody here who is adamant about keeping you in place. They're keeping you from moving forward. Okay. Ooh, best approach, please. Best approach for collective. Page of Wands. Three of Swords. One more. Best approach for collective. Yeah, so exactly, with the King of Swords, look at that. So my nose is itching. That's a good sign. Page of, okay, so this is about getting to the heart of the matter. Okay, this is about getting to the heart of the matter. With the Page of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles, okay, this is about realizing where you deserve to put your focus and where your focus is misplaced. Okay, the Page of Wands is typically found at a crossroads, right? They have all this passion, all this energy, but they're very scattered. They're trying to decide what direction to move into. Okay, so the message I'm getting here is your best approach here is to, first of all, recognize, okay, that no matter how painful the situation is, there are many ways out of it. And you have the passion, okay? You do have the motivation. You do have people who are involved, or situations, things, right? Dependence, things that you've tried to create. You know, you have a lot at stake here. You have a lot at stake here. And you have that fiery, you know, that burn deep within that says, I need to defend that which I love. Because right now you're in a situation where it's all muddy together. You're trying to defend that which you love, but part of that is yourself. And then you've got other aspects, other elements in the situation that you could kind of, you know, you're trying to weed them out, but you're trying to weed them out without causing suffering to the other person or the other people or the other, you know, the other dependents, right, in the situation, the other elements in the situation. You have to remember, you have to recognize that you are willing to put in the work. You are absolutely willing to put in the work to do whatever is necessary to provide the protection and to provide the resource to the people and the elements in your situation that can't support themselves. But you also have what it takes to create a brand new beginning in this situation. After all of this has transitioned out and it's successfully closed, you have everything that it takes to detach. Look at this with the sun. Yeah, for some of you, you're connecting with an air sign. Okay, you're connecting with an air sign that perhaps you feel really, really connected to, or you did once upon a time. And this is about realizing that your focus needs to be placed elsewhere. Okay, again, you could have a sun with this air sign. Okay, it doesn't have to be a son, it could just be a baby. You know, we've got the baby there. Okay, so this is about being with somebody at the very least who's not an air sign, but who is very detached. Okay, you want a new beginning, they could care less. And that sounds harsh, but for those of you that are resonating with this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's what it is. That hits home. Okay, so this is about getting to the heart of the message. This is the heart of the matter, and realizing that while this is painful, you know that you can take this down any particular avenue, and you're going to have options. You're going to have many opportunities for new beginnings. All of them have the potential to make you very fulfilled, and all of them have the potential to offer you everything that you need in order to sustain yourself and to sustain the fulfillment and security of those involved, or whatever other aspects of this situation is present involves. Okay, so it's about being honest with yourself. For others of you, this isn't a particular person that you're connecting with, but this is just saying right now what you have to do more than anything is do what's right. You know that what you need is growth, you need vitality. For some of you, this is about doing what's right in the name of your health, okay? But this is realizing what is right and doing what is right, even if it hurts. Okay, so there's no room for emotion here, because sometimes I understand, I'm a Scorpio sun, you know, you feel the sadness about leaving something behind, and you're like, oh, well, if I'm feeling sad, then that must mean that this isn't over yet. You can feel sad that something is ending, and it's still time for it to end. Just because something doesn't feel good doesn't mean that you're supposed to stay. Okay, right now is the time to take a break from your emotions and say, look, yes, I loved you once upon a time, or yes, we had a great connection, we had great creative energies once upon a time, yes, we had all of these visions for the future once upon a time, but this has steadily devolved. I have every reason to believe this is not improving, and while you're promising me a new beginning, you're promising me reconciliation, you're promising me opportunities to be better together, or to make the situation better, I don't believe you. Because up to this point, you've shown me that you like to hide things from me, and there's no reason for me to believe that you're gonna just suddenly be honest, because I've shown you that I'm willing to listen to the things that you say to me. So you're not gonna change. You're not gonna, like, I don't feel like you're a changed person. I feel like you're saying what you need to say to me in order for me to stay in the situation, right? So it's about detaching from your emotions and saying, you know what, enough is enough. I'm ready for new. I'm ready for a new day. I'm ready to start over and realize the potential that I have for myself, and to realize the life that I've always wanted for myself, and take it from there, because you are coming up as the Empress and the Magician. You're coming out of this self-sabotage type of energy. You're coming out of it, right? You're coming out of it. But understand something, that this is your potential outcome, provided that you take advantage of this energy that's coming in. Now, if you don't take advantage of this closure, okay, this closure, this you know, this ending of a status is what this feels like, the ending of a status. If you don't accept this energy and use it to bring about this ending that you know needs to change, this ending needs to come. You know this. Again, take it as it resonates. If this is not your situation, then there is no ending, and carry on. Carry on, good fellow, okay? But if this is your situation, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is a massive ending. A lot has been in stake. A lot has been in the balance. Okay? And if you don't take advantage of this energy, it will persist until you do. But if you do, there's going to be a moment where it's as if by putting your foot down and closing the situation and showing that you are capable of acting on behalf of yourself. Like, that's what it feels like. You're acting on behalf of yourself in a way that you haven't in a long time. The voice that says, no, I don't want to do that. It's like, oh, but to stay in the relationship, I should. Or to stay in this position, I should. Like, all that time, the no in your head, the voice in your head kept telling you, no, I don't want to. But I don't want to. But I don't want to. And you're just like, no, we should, because to stay, like to preserve the situation, we should. It's like now finally, by saying no to the situation and closing it off, you've kind of breathed, you've breathed life back into that voice. That self-respect essentially is what that is. You know, that feeling like you are worth more, and so you do what you say what you have always wanted to say, and you reject a situation that you don't feel aligned with. You realize your potential in having so much more. Like, you realize the power of no, and you realize what kind of doors that's opened up for you. Okay? So, but this is, for some of you, this is a three-party situation, absolutely. Okay? For some of you with the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Wands, this is the fact that this person here has been doing things in the background with another individual. Okay? But yeah, absolutely. I see you turning a new leaf, closing a cycle, and I'm moving forward. Okay, collective? My friend, my friends, thank you guys so much for being here. I really hope that this message, you know, if this was your story, I hope that the power in the message, the power in the outcome resonated, because this is a very powerful message. This is not everyone's situation. But if you feel like this really did make a difference, you know, I'm glad for that. I'm glad for that. Please like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. If you feel like this was your situation, you want more clarity, you can reach out to me for a personal reading. All the description to contact me is in the description box down below, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section. The September readings for each individual zodiac sign for September are already completed, so I'll also include the extended link down below as well. But again, my friends, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your support, for your love, for your light. And until next time, just know that I love you. Take care, okay?